Hey friends, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing so well, and welcome back to another month in review video. So if you guys don't know me, I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, as well as making YouTube videos about those different platforms, the thrift hauls along the way, and everything that goes into being a reseller online. And so I like to take a look back each month to see how my sales were that month, learn something about the brands that we're selling, see how many pieces sold, how much I actually sold pieces for, gross profit, net profit, all that good stuff. So if you guys like these number breakdown videos, then make sure to give today's video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. But we're gonna jump into all of my overview numbers, and then I'm also going to do a countdown of my top 10 best sales from the month of April. So it's gonna be a good video. Let's jump into it. So in April 2023, I sold 90 items in total. 80 of those items were on Poshmark, 3 on Mercari, 6 on eBay, and 1 was a direct sale. So this was a little bit of a down month for me. I didn't do a lot of cross-listing. We've been really working hard on getting our house ready for sale, so I was not cross-listing as much as I normally would, but my sales were still pretty consistent, which is great. In total sales, I made the most on Poshmark, and then eBay, Mercari, and direct sales were really close, actually just like around $100 or $200 for each of those. So in total, from Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and direct sales, we made $3,171.57 in total sales. So then that's just our overview, my sales price on each of those websites before they take their cuts. So Poshmark takes 20% of everything I sell. eBay and Mercari, they take 10%. And then there's shipping fees as well on some of those platforms. So it was overall a really good month. So $3,000 is nothing to sneeze at, and that's a great sales month. So then from those numbers, after Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, they take their fees, I made $2,488.41 in gross profit. So before my cost of goods and everything like that. So that profit is before my cost of goods and taxes, but still, my cost of goods is pretty low. It's usually under $5 per item. I did have a few more pieces this month that cost a little bit more, so we'll get into that when we hit my top 10 sales. But those are the overview numbers, the flyover of what this month looked like. April 2023 was a good month, but usually spring is not my best time of year for selling, and so I'm really excited looking into fall. I feel like that's going to be a really good, exciting time for sales. Summer is notorious for the summer slowdown where you just end up selling less because more people are out and about doing things out in person and not shopping online as much. So then let's jump into my top 10 sales. So these sales all sold for $60 or more. And so these are really good brands to know, really good styles to know. So definitely pay attention. I'll put up pictures on the screen of what these pieces look like as well. But we're gonna start with number 10 and work our way to number 1. So let's start with the thing that sold for still a good amount, but less than number 1. So item number 10 was something that sold on eBay. So that's great. I love making higher price sales on eBay. It was this pair of Citizens of Humanity premium vintage Skyla jeans in size 25. These I think I paid about $4 for at 2nd Avenue. And so these were in the Charisma wash. They sold outright for $60 on eBay, and I made $52.20 after shipping fees and their cut and all of that jazz. So not too shabby. That's really looking at right around $45 in net profit on those jeans. So I actually sold quite a few pairs of jeans in this top 10 list. And so I'm excited to walk through some of these brands with you, but I really enjoy selling Citizens of Humanity. I find them to do really well. And that's also a brand that can be sold at places like Revolve or Anthropologie, things like that. So that was number 10. And then actually number 10, 9, and 8 all sold for $60. So number 9 was this pair of Madewell maternity skinny jeans in the Black Frost wash. These were in a size 27, and these sold for $60 on Poshmark. So we made $48. So that's $4.20 less than how much I took home from an eBay sale for the same price. So I am losing $4 more, which does add up over time. So this is the reason why I'm really trying to move a lot of my things over to eBay and get some more sales going on eBay. But I really do enjoy Poshmark, and I do use some really great softwares to help me sell more on Poshmark. It is making up 90% of my sales. And so if you guys want to try out something like Posher VA, which shares your Poshmark listings for you and also sends out offers to people so you don't have to do it manually, you can use my code. It'll be on the screen for you, and you'll get 20% off your first month. And then if you also want to try out Vendoo for free, Vendoo is what I use to cross-list my items to Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, you can upload and then directly list to those, and plus tons of other marketplaces. You can also use my code for Vendoo, and that will let you cross-list really easily. So check out those. But then number 8 is another pair of jeans, which is great. So number 8 was this frame Le Crop mini boot jeans in size 32. And then they had this little fringe hem, super cute. And I feel like I've had these in my stock for a long time, but in my top 10, I already have 3 pairs of jeans, so I'm happy to move some denim, but these were in a size 32. Frame doesn't always move for me, but I have seen that the larger sizes will do better for me. So these sold for $60 and we made $45.98. I must have sent a shipping discount on these. And so I also picked these up, I believe, at the Second Avenue that I love going to. So I probably had about $3 to $4 into these jeans. So we're looking at $42 net profit. Same thing with the Madewell maternity jeans. Those were also from Second Avenue. So all 3 of those were a great profit margin. And then number 7 was this Lily Pulitzer fluorescent Betty maxi dress in cameo white in a size small. This was another Second Avenue pickup. And I actually found this new with tags at the store. I think my cost of goods that trip was right around $4. And so I paid around $4 for this, and it sold for $68 on Poshmark. And so we made $52.38. So if my cost of goods is $4, then I made about $48.38 on this dress. And Lily Pulitzer is a brand that I find quite often here on the East Coast. I really enjoy reselling it. It usually moves quickly for me. Well, I wouldn't say quickly. It moves quickly for me if it is a long dress. If it is a short dress, shorts, a top usually takes longer to sell, unfortunately. So I would always be on the lookout for dresses. I just think dresses in general are one of the best selling categories to be selling. So that is definitely my biggest tip. My biggest advice is long dresses, always much more worth it to pick up than short, generally speaking. And then my number 6 sale was a pair of Allen Edmonds. So this was an Allen Edmonds brown tooled leather Oxford lace shoes in a size 9, and they were actually a 3E, so 3 extra wide. So they were very wide. These sold for $70 outright, so I made $56 on Poshmark. These I believe I paid $8 for, so paying up a little bit by my standards, but from $56 then we made $48 of net profit. So making $50 of profit on any piece is really good for me, so I'm very excited about that one. And because of that, I've picked up another pair of Allen Edmonds since then, and those shoes I feel like can do really well. These ones were a really cool style, and so I was really happy with that one. And then number 5 is this new with tags Tucker Nuck Heather Broadway sweater. This was new with tags. I found this at Second Avenue on a half off day. Again, my cost of goods that day I think was like $3, so not too shabby. And it sold for $75. So they offered me that, and so I made $60. I didn't have to pay any shipping fees or anything like that. That is something I love about Poshmark. I don't have to pay for shipping unless I give them a discount. But from $60, we would have made, $57 of net profit. And Tucker Nuck is one of those brands that I've more recently discovered, probably in the last year. And there are so many amazing brands sold at this brand, like Pomander Place, some other ones that I've sold as well. And it's just kind of more on my radar now. And Tucker Nuck is a great brand to know. So if you haven't heard of it, I would definitely research it a little bit, because it's definitely a higher end, really nicely made kind of brand. And item number 4 was this pair of Eileen Fisher shoes. These were the Lee Espadrille flats in latte, size 10, blush strappy espadrilles. And these I actually found in the bins. Now, I've had these for quite a while, a couple months at least. I would say maybe almost a year. I got these in my local bins, and my cost of goods was really close to $1.75 for these. And so I sold them outright for $80. It took a year, and I had to relist them a few times. Luckily, Posher VA does that for me. And so $80 outright, we made $64, so right around $62 of net profit. They took a while to sell. Luckily, they were pretty small, easy to store, so that didn't bother me very much. But I love selling Eileen Fisher. Anytime I find it, I pick it up usually if it's a decent price and in good condition. To find these in the bins was a win for me, and I'm really happy about it. Item number 3 was another bins pickup. This was much more recent though. I think I found this my last trip I went on, so maybe a month or 2 ago. And it was this Coach linen blend and leather blue cape with gold metal accents in a size small. For the life of me, I couldn't find stock photos for this, which I think would have helped sell it quicker and for probably more money. I had this listed at $150. I received a $75 offer, and then I countered $85. Because I got this in the bins, I had so much wiggle room. I was willing to take quite a steep cut from the selling price. Also, because I'm moving, I'm trying to move a lot of inventory. So this is, again, a friendly reminder. If you guys want to support me in my move, you can go and check out my closet, and I will give you the best deal I can on anything you like and bundle. I just need to move some things. And so I was willing to take an $85 amount for this piece that I got in the bins. So we made $68 from it. My cost of goods that trip was like $1.25. So we made $66 in net profit. And I was so excited when I found this in the bins. It was so cute. And I couldn't believe that, well, I could believe that nobody else had actually realized it was Coach because they didn't look very closely and the Coach label was on the inside instead of at the neck. So always got to check everywhere for those labels. And then item number 2 that sold for a great amount this month was this new with tags pair of Doc Martens. They're the Jaden Boot smooth leather platform boots in black size 10 for women or 9 for men. Now, these were so cool, so nice. And I actually found them because Jeremy and I went into Ross. We were looking, I don't even know what we were looking for, but I had to look at the shoe section. And while I was there, I saw these Doc Martens and I was like, oh my word. And they were marked at $40. Now, Doc Martens are so expensive, and they said that their comparable value was like $80, which I knew was not true because they cost like well over $100. And so I picked them up after looking up comps, and I bought them for $40, and then they sold on Poshmark for $140. So not too bad. I did have a higher cost of goods, but I took a lot of time to research because I've been so burned by picking up pieces that are like at an actual store to resell. Retail arbitrage is not my strong suit, and so I definitely want to make sure they were worth it, and they were. They sold within 2 weeks on Poshmark. From $140, we made $109.98. Taking out my $40 cost of goods, I made $69.98 on this pair of boots that were actually in my size and I thought about keeping, but I'm glad I sold. So that was a really good sale and a really high profit, even though we paid $40 for them. So very, very pleased with that sale. And then my number 1 sale of the month was this pair of booties. They sold for $250, which is great. So the Legence Amy Stiletto Booty and Taupe in a size 10, Legence leather boots, and they were new with tags and new in box. This was another retail arbitrage moment. I paid so much money for these. It was a mistake, but they sold for a good amount. I had these listed at $400 because that's what my comps had told me to list them at. And then I had these sitting for so many months, and I had spent, I think, $100 on these, maybe $110. And so definitely, I just wanted to see them move. So from the $250, we make $200. I spent at least $100 on these, so my cost of goods was so high that I made about $100 on these boots, but it surely took so long. And I would rather have found something like the Coach little capelet in the bins for $1 that I sold for $85. Like, I feel like that felt better to me for almost the same amount of money. So that's just a little bit of my life lessons about reselling. If you don't feel comfortable spending up and, putting that cost of goods at a higher value, then you don't have to. Everybody's allowed to do their business in different ways. I prefer spending a lot less money and selling it for more than going through and finding those high quality items online and buying them for a high price and then reselling them for a smaller margin. That's just what I prefer. Maybe you like the other way. There's so many ways to do business. I would love to hear how your guys' Aprils were this year and any really exciting sales you made or any exciting purchases you made on a resale platform. I would love to hear it. Feel free to support my closet by shopping it. The link is always in the description. And if you want to check out Posher VA or Vendoo, you can also follow those links there down below as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And until the next video, bye.